Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me for my Simple Sunday. Um, I try to come on every Sunday night to do a simple project with you every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And tonight I am going to create a shadow box. I've been wanting to do this. I like doing shadow boxes because I think it's cool. And so it's a very simple shadow box that I'm going to be creating, but what you put in the middle is what makes, I guess, what makes it pop, right? So I thought I would use the Zany Zoo Designer Series paper, but you could use anything. You don't even have to use Designer Series paper. You could use just the stamp set. Um, and so I'll go ahead and just get to it. So let me go ahead and take you to the project that I'm going to create. Here we go. So this is the project. So here's two. This one I made with the 12 by 12, and these are 3/4 of an inch um, of the, how should I say it? 3/4 of an inch width on the depth of the frame, and this is a 1/2 inch, okay? And I use the 8.5 by 8.5 for this little guy, and I just these are so cute. I really, really love them. They're really, really cute. So let me go ahead and start to show you what I did. So really, I scored it on each side. This is the basics, right? It's a 1/2 inch, and I scored it again at 1 inch, 1.5, and then at 2. That's the simplest thing I could, so that you guys could. That's the basics, okay? So when I score it, this is what it looks like. All the lines that you see here, I know it looks crazy, but and then the blues, I didn't want to color it. It was just turning really bad, but I'll do a better job later. But anyways, that's all that's left after I cut all this out. Okay, so these are all 1/2 inches. Okay, but what you have to remember is that here's another 1/4 inch. So this is at 2. So this is at 2.5, and you do 2.5 here, and you go only score it to the second line. You see that? You do it to the other side. Same thing. You don't do it to this, you just do it to the opposite side of the paper, right? So this is at 2.5, and I mean, this would be 2.5, or it could be a different thing. But let me just show you what I did. I used this Simply Scored with Stampin' Up. This really helps. I went ahead and I'm just going to use this as an example. Okay, so I did this, and what I did was I used my my bone folder here. Okay, sorry, like I just blanked out. And so, like I said, this works a lot better than this for me. I have it. I don't know if you could see it, but there's like parts where I went zoop, and it's because of this. So, anyways, I use this, and there's all these nice grooves for each of the measurements, which makes it easy to just find your spot. And with the bone folder, I feel you just get a better fold or crease. It doesn't jump, because sometimes if you're doing this with paper, you can't. I don't know if you could see it, but there's like from where there is a marking. So there's like 1/4 inch right here. There's like a little groove, and your bone folder can go straight into it, and it goes straight down. Well, it really holds well when you're doing paper. It doesn't jump because there's a little doohickey, and I've used this several times, but I tend to jump. It tends to go off. And I don't like that. So this works really, really well. Okay. Anyways, I did it at half an inch and a half, and 2. And like I said, you do this on every single side except one side you go at 2.5 and you go to the second line, and then this one you're going to go at 6 and go to the second line. Okay, so after you get this marked with, if you want to use this, you could also use, if you don't have one of those, you can use your paper trimmer. And Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer has this little doohickey right here that'll help you crease it very nice. And I was using this too. It's just you got to keep on moving the paper. The Simply Scored is very handy at just, you know, going and cutting it, creasing it. Okay, so let's see here. I'm not sure, but I think I'm having issues here with, let's see. I hope it's not dragging. I thought I fixed the problem. I think I did it pretty well last time, and looks like it's coming back again. So I don't know. I'm trying to fix this whole internet issue. Okay, so here is a template. So when you're cutting, you'll notice here you're going to cut here, right? Because this is what's going to be left. So I'm going to cut straight down, okay? And that is a very simple cut. I'm just going to cut it all the way to the point right there. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, right? So you're going to go down. Remember, I had you score an inch to the second line. So you're going to score down there. Now, when you get to this little corner, I don't know if you can see it very well, but you're just going to cut diagonally until you get to that point. And so I'm going to cut it diagonally like that. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. And then you're going to cut straight down. There you go. So that's what it ends up like. And you're going to do the same thing to this side that you did on this side to this side, right? This one you're going to cut straight down here, and then do the little housey job. So what ends up happening is it looks like this. So see how it ends up being cut? Pretty cool, right? Okay. So now we have this, and it's best that you just start burnishing it off. Is it varnishing or burnishing? I don't know. I'm making up my own words. I have a tendency to do that. My husband says that all the time. I was like, oh, that's a new word. So anyways, you're going to do that for all of the creases. And, you know, you could do this, get it done, you know, give it a good amount of pressure, right? So you get a good fold or good crease. There we go. And it's sort of like a jigsaw, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So make sure that you get every single crease here. Okay. Here. Oops. Yeah. Okay. So there you have it. So now I like to use double-sided tape. Some people like to use glue because then they're able to move it around. But the problem with glue, for me at least, is you gotta, takes a while. Like, right, you gotta let it dry and to make sure that it holds. Okay, so I'm putting double-sided tape. I use different scissors when I cut with adhesives because it always leaves a sticky residue, right? So anyways, oh, this one is. So folding these edges is sort of pretty precise. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because it sort of has to fold into one another, and it's going to need, when you fold sometimes, you know, you have to just get it right so that everything fits into each other. And I'll show you what I'm talking about as we, you know, I have to use the scissors. Sometimes I tear like I just did right now. Just makes it easier, right? Okay. And I go like this. And okay. Yeah, I wish I would have made my granddaughter's birthday was just the other day, and we had such a good time. I wish I would have made this in time for her birthday, but I didn't. I gave her something else. I made her a different card, which she liked. I was glad about that. Oh, okay, so after you get it on all the edges, see, like I did it on each edge, we're going to do it also on the little slants here, okay? These are short pieces, so you don't need much. So you're going to go like this and just rip it. And again, goes like that. Rip again. And like this. And one last time. Ah, okay. So now we are going to, so these, just so you know, these are little surgical things that I got off of Amazon, but they work really, really well, right? So I'm going to do these straight edges first, okay? The ones that don't have the funny little house roof kind of thing. So I use this to pull up. Now you're going to need these, so keep it, okay? And we're going to do it here too. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to put it, we're going to fold it like so. See how I folded it in half? I did it on the second crease. Now we want to get this, the edge, this edge, to be right up at this crease here, okay? So we're going to be very, very precise about how I get this. And you want to make sure when you do it, you get it stuck there. Let me make sure. That it's right at the crease, and I don't know if you could see it, but it's right at the crease. Okay, right there. See, it's right at the crease. Make sure that you get it all the way there. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. We're going to get it folded in half like this. You're going to get it right at that crease and fold it over, and then make sure it's tight. Okay. Ta-da. Looks good to me. Okay. So those are the two sides. Now we're going to do this. Oh, actually, we're going to, yeah, let's take these out first. So, oops, I want to get it so it's down. And then take off the little protectives. Now, remember the things I told you to save? we're going to go ahead and cut it like so. We're going to protect it because we're going to pull these off in a little bit. Okay. I'm just trying to protect so that doesn't stick on anything for right now. There will be a time where we're going to need it to stick. Okay. And this just sort of helps it so that it doesn't stick on anything. Okay. And so let's go ahead and attempt to do this. I'm going to pull this off. Okay. And now, just like the other ones, I'm going to make sure that it goes right on the crease. Now, these two sides need to give it enough room so that this can go in between. It has to fit. Remember I told you it was like a puzzle piece? So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crease there, and you're going to go ahead and fold it in, and you're going to make sure that it is, oopsies. Okay, hold on. My little tabs are coming off. And I want to make sure that it's on because I don't want it to stick prematurely onto the other side. So, okay, you want to get it so that it's really close to the crease. Fold it over. Voila. Okay. What? It didn't work. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. And then take it down. Oops. Let's see. All my little tabs are coming off. Let's put this here. Okay. That protects it. Okay, so let's do this again. So put it like so. And then these go, oopsies, these go down, okay? And trying to get it in the crease so that you can get it in. And you're going to push it forward and get it to stick, okay? Now, you're going to need to get it to fold. Come on. Oh no. There we go. Okay. And you take out the little tabs, right? And you put those together. Yeah, use your bone folder to get it to crease. And then you do it again here. Get it so that the edges right here on the corner are together. These two little edges are together. And then you take your bone folder and press the top, and then it sticks. Voila. So cool, right? I'm telling you. I love these little shadow boxes. Okay. I'm going to take off this part and the little tabs. Okay. Now we're going to take these and protect the exposed little pieces because we don't want it to stick yet. We're saving it. Okay. Now we're going to fold like so. Okay. Get it to so that it's right at the crease. Okay. And fold it like so. Press it down. I do not know why it's not catching. Hold on a second. It's really sticky. Okay, you want to make sure it gets in the crease. And that's going to fit in between these two pieces right here. If it doesn't, and I could already tell, like it looks actually a little thick. Because otherwise it's not going to stick very well. So you've got to, see, like right now that's sort of getting funky. Okay. If it is too wide, I would suggest cutting this a little bit. There we go. And cutting the other side. Okay. Do this again, right? When I was creating it, it was a lot simpler. And now when it's on camera, it's a little complicated. So sorry about this. Okay, so now I'm looking at it and it's going to fit in between, I think. Let me see. Oh, it's still a little over. Okay, we're going to cut it a little bit more. I'm just cutting it a little. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do this again. Sorry, getting a little quiet because I'm concentrating. Okay, great. That's going to fit. Okay. So I'm going to fold it like so until it grabs the paper. And I'm hoping I'm going to stick this little thing in and make sure it's touching inside. It's actually folded up, and it's not grabbing, so I'm going to help it out a little bit. Something's going on here. Okay. It should be sticking. So I'm going to stick this in here. Try to get it to stay like that. Okay, great. It did it. It's stuck now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the little tabs. And I'm going to push this forward, push it up, like so. Get it inside. Now I'm going to take the corners of this and make it meet, like that. And then I'm going to press it down, like so. Put this underneath and make the corners meet, like that. And then a nice, good corner there. And then use the blown folder to get it so that it sticks. And so there you go. There you have it. That's how I create your little shadow box, okay? So once after you get that down, then what I did was, so the designer series paper for the Zany Zoo is pretty cool and has a lot of characters. Oh yeah, you don't want to know what happened. I dropped something. So anyways, here's one of the papers, and I took the little alligator from it because there's a die in here that will cut it out just perfectly. So what I did was, I'm going to switch scissors now. I'm going to use my snippets, and I am going to cut out this little guy, this little alligator in this designer series paper. And I mean, I am not a fussy cutter. Otherwise, I would have cut some of the other characters too, because they are cute. But I'm just not a fussy cutter. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use my little cut and boss machine, and I'm going to use this. Keep the little frame off to the side right here, and I'm going to get the there you go. Okay, now I'm going to get the die from this bundle. Really cute. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this, and I have some Post-it tape that I like to use when I need the die to not move, right? So I use this, and I stick it on me. I don't need this much, but oh well, I'll just use it. So because sometimes it's too strong, and so it rips the paper. So what I do is I stick it on my hand, right, my face, whatever's oily, just so that it takes it doesn't make it as sticky. And put this like so. I'm gonna take this Post-it tape, put it there. Take the other plate. I love this little thing. I have a white one too, but for some reason my white one doesn't grab. Okay, here we go. Close this. Yep. And oh, it's really on there. I hope it doesn't rip the paper. That's what I. Oh, good. It didn't rip the paper. Sometimes it does it. When you use these things, it rips the paper, and then you gotta start all over. Okay. So put these off to the side. Okay. And there you go, right? Okay, now I'm going to use dimensionals for the back side. Right? I put it on the tires because I thought that was enough room for the head and the butt and the, I guess where the handlebars are. Okay, so take the backings off. These things end up in the bed. I don't know how it does that. Bottom of my feet. I think that's what happens. They end up at the bottom of my feet, and then I get to track them throughout the house, which my husband does not appreciate. Okay, so I just rip off a corner or the edge of the pack of dimensionals, and I'm using it for the tail. Okay. Oops. Okay. Slip on my finger. Now I'm going to put it in the middle. Like so. So cool. Okay. And what I did was I used this stamp set, Sending Smiles, and I used love and big hugs. But I realized, you know what, I just want love. So in this case, I am going to take part of this. Okay. And I'm going to, oh yeah, what did I use? Oh, I used black embossing powder, and I used a Versamark. And I'm going to take my little, well, I could have done this differently. I could have done it ahead of time, but I don't know. I'm just making it complicated. Okay, take it there so that no other, oh, how did I do this? Hold on a second. Oh, okay, so it did. Actually, I don't think it's going to work. Let's do plan B, okay? Because that's not going to work. I'm just going to use a blah, 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 blah. Where'd it go? Oh my goodness. That's what happens when you don't put things back. And you can't find anything. If you could only see what my work area looks like right now. I'm a little discombobulated here. Oh, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'll just keep it the way it is and put love and big hugs and put that right the bottom. Sorry if you can see the top of my head. And ta-da! And there you go. That's it. I love it. Right? It's so cute. So like I said, here's the other one that I made. It's so cute. And I made a bigger one using the 12 by 12. So this was 8.5 by 8.5. This is a 12 by 12. I'm gonna give this to one of my grandkids. I'll have to make another one because I've got 2 grandkids. You have to give 2, right? You have one to the other, and you just have to have 2. So, anyways, you have a great evening. I hope you enjoyed the project, and I'll see you next week. Bye.